heard correctly. Alicia Keys, the Grammy-winning phenomenon, has finally spoken out about her eyebrow-raising with Usher during the Super Bowl halftime show. Now that we've cleared everything up, let's move on to Chase and have some tea. Reports are pouring in from all corners portraying Alicia Keys stepping up to the plate and addressing the whole shebang head-on. And let me tell you, it's been an emotional roller coaster. Amid all the commotion and wild speculation swirling around like a tornado after the halftime show, Keys decided it was high time to set the record straight. I ain't one to stir the pot, but you all need to hear me out. It is said that Keys expressed a mixture of assertiveness and irritation in her statement, stating, "Can you believe it? Finally, some clarity in the midst of all this chaos," she's saying. Hold up, folks. There's more to this story than meets the eye. Now, let's not jump to any conclusions. Alicia Keys, the personification of grace and class, is throwing everything on the line and generating quite a stir. By dropping truth bombs left, right, and center, and defying all of our preconceived notions about that particular moment on stage. Keys allegedly said, "You know what? She's got a point in a world where everyone's got an opinion, and it's about time we heard it." Her voice was heard clearly and loudly over the commotion. Straight from the source, but hold on, that's only the beginning of the 2024 Super Bowl halftime show. It was more than your typical halftime show. Instead, it was a whirlwind of unexpected turns and turns, with Usher's warm embrace of Alicia Keys taking center stage and raising a few eyebrows. Imagine these two titans of music. The pairing of Alicia Keys and Usher for a potentially jaw-dropping performance seemed like a match made in heaven, but that's where things went horribly wrong. The show began with all the pomp and circumstance you'd expect from a Super Bowl halftime show, but we had no idea that a storm was building beneath the surface that would eventually come to a head with a single gesture. That's right, people. An embrace that caused shockwaves to burst out of the crowd and onto social media. Now that the fire has started, let's pause and consider the bigger picture before drawing any hasty conclusions. Although Alicia Keys, the queen of soulful melodies, is happily married to Swizz Beatz, there were raised eyebrows when Usher, the smooth operator, dragged her into an embrace. However, not everyone is taking this very seriously, and Gilly, who is relaxed, has never mentioned this. As soon as possible, supporters took to their computers and began tweeting and making memes. This is when things get very interesting. Super Bowl showdown, and can you blame them? It's not every day that you see two musical icons enjoying a moment that has everyone talking. Swiss music beats amidst all the turmoil. Alicia Keys' main guy maintained his composure like a cucumber. Swiss Beatz played it cool, letting his actions speak louder than words, as everyone else analyzed every frame of the halftime show. Let me tell you, his Instagram game was on point, as image after photo of Alicia Keys exuded love and pride. The amazing part is that, despite all the controversy, the halftime show was nothing short of epic. There wasn't a single shot of Usher in sight. If that's not sending a message, I don't know what is. Let's not get it confused. The performances that Alicia Keys and Usher delivered to the stage left us all in amazement. But the hug, the little moment of intimacy, has everyone wondering why, in the big scheme of things, it's more than simply a hug. It serves as a reflection of the blurred lines that separate public and private lives, and as a reminder that even the biggest stars are vulnerable to prying eyes from the public. As for where we go from here, only time will tell. But one thing is certain. Alicia Keys isn't backing down. She's standing tall, speaking her truth, and challenging us all to consider what it means to be in the spotlight. Meanwhile, Usher is sure that everyone will be watching, waiting to see how this chapter in music history unfolds. Usher's halftime Super Bowl performance resembled a lightning strike at a Las Vegas stadium. Imagine an incredible lineup, including such a high-profile lineup. How could it not be? The 13-minute show had hearts pounding and jaws falling. Lil Jon, Will Y, and the rest of the group shared the stage and set the night on fire with their unmatched talent and charisma. Now, let's talk about Usher and Alicia Keys. I mean, these two brought the heat. Alicia looked stunning in her red jumpsuit, and Usher was suave as usual, having the audience gorging on each other. Their connection was off the charts, from Alicia Keys' soul-stirring piano solo to their seductive duet of My Boo. However, this is where things really start to get interesting because, despite their evident affinity, Usher and Alicia Keys are dedicated to their partners. Usher, who has made headlines with his partner Jennifer Goya, and Alicia Keys, who is blissfully married to Swizz Beatz since 2010, maintained a very professional demeanor on stage. I know what you're thinking. How did they manage to maintain their platonic relationship with all that chemistry? The energy in the stadium increased dramatically when Will.i.am showed up for OMG. That's where the magic of showbiz comes in, people. It's all about professionalism and respect, and these two definitely know how to keep it classy. Let's not forget about the other stars who graced the stage that night. Here, joined Usher for a soulful rendition of You Got It Bad, adding a whole new dimension to the performance. Not to mention Lil Jon and ridiculously amazing performances that brought the house down. But hold on to your hats because this is where things get weird. According to rumors, Justin Bieber was supposed to make an unexpected appearance during the halftime show. Can you imagine the chaos if he had? It's bad that he chose to watch the show in style from a luxury box with his wife. Talk about a squandered chance. But first, let's address the big issue. Alicia Keys and Usher's performance had people's tongues wagging and their fingers tapping more quickly than they could say. The ramifications of such a passionate show, especially in light of Alicia Keys' long-standing marriage to Swizz Beatz, left Super Bowl showdown fans scratching their heads. But fear not, friends. Swizz Beatz isn't going to allow any bad vibes to ruin their vibe. He set the record straight on Instagram by sharing a photo of Alicia playing the piano and looking like the queen that she is. Swizz Beatz was all praise for the performance, and he was right. It was nothing short of amazing. His message, "We don't do negative vibes over here, we make history," is something we can all support. Instead of concentrating on the rumors and conjecture, Swizz Beatz chose to highlight the artistic and creative talent on display. Now that's how you deal with the critics like a pro.